Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're all safe. I welcome you all to the live stream, my friends, and I hope it's not as chaotic as it seems it's going to be with all the Grealish rumors, with all the injury rumors going around. I have a feeling that this could, this could become a little bit, panicky and stuff. But before we get into all those things, I just want to tell you guys, these things, these news, these rumors, they are out of our control, and there is not much that we can do about them, right? So, in FPL, we have one transfer that we can control in the span of one game week, and we should not be overexerting our minds and just stressing ourselves out for no reason at all. So just want to tell you guys to relax, and we'll try to put some emphasis on things and try to find out what's going on, and and if there are any rumors or any confirmed news, I'll let you know, guys. So just stick with me and let's get started. So what better than to start from my own team, guys? And I did set this team before I heard the news about Grealish. So the transfer that I've made, I just want to tell you that I've transferred out Soucek. So finally I've got rid of the nemesis on the bench. When he's in my team, he does nothing, and when he's on the bench, he turns into a prime Ronaldo. So he's gone from my team, guys, and I've brought in Rafinha for the double game week. So I wanted to do another transfer. I wanted to transfer out Antonio for Ings, but I held it off because I thought my team was looking fine, because actually I want Kane in game week 26. So Ings was a 1 week punt, and I wanted to do it, but then I thought against it. But now with the rumors of Grealish injured, I'm a little bit concerned about Watkins and whether should I play him, should I play Antonio, should I take Antonio out for Ings. So I just have these doubts in my mind as well. So this is my team at the moment, and it was pretty much locked and nailed before I heard all these rumors. But not much is going to change with this team anyway, guys. I've got Stones on the bench. I know it's a little bit tricky because most people have got double defense, and I have Gundogan over Stones in the team. But what I feel is, if Gundogan is not fit, I don't think he's going to get any game time, and if he is fit, I think he's going to start the game. So that's where I'm at with Gundogan. My captain this game week is going to be Bamford, and vice captain is on Bruno Fernandes. So this is about my team, guys, and I've got 4 double game week players. I've got 3 Leeds players in Bamford, Rafinha, and Dallas, and I've got 1 Southampton keeper in McCarthy. So that's about my team. Now I can come back and I can answer your questions, if you have any. So Karthik says McCarthy or Pope. Well, this is a really tricky one. I mean, I'd say Pope has the better fixture, and I think he's looking good for a clean sheet, especially with Ben Mee back. It depends on whether you have a Burnley defender to supplement Pope or not. If you tell me that, I'll give you a good answer about that. Aditya says Gundogan fit for this game week. I already talked about that. Martinez or McCarthy, says Soman. I mean, I'm tempted to go with McCarthy for this game week, my friend. I know Martinez has given us a lot of pain. I mean, especially the non-owners, So, basically, but it's tough, it's tough to tell you to keep out Martinez after a 12-pointer. But if I was you, I would be tempted to start McCarthy. Pratik says start DCL or Grealish this week. And if I was you, I'd possibly put Grealish in the team and DCL on the bench in case Grealish is injured or anything. If there's any truth to those rumors that are going around, then DCL gets to come in anyway, my friend. What's up, Jetro? He says, hope you're good. Thoughts on bringing back De Bruyne? Yeah, I mean, De Bruyne is always, whenever he's fit, I think he is one of the, desirable assets in FPL. In regards to bringing in De Bruyne for this game week, I'd say I'd wait. I'll watch him against Arsenal. Let's see how much he plays, how well he plays, and then you can get him in for the double game week. I wouldn't rush to bring him in this game week. I know he does well against Arsenal traditionally, but still, I think we should take the cautious approach this time around. Me or Aaron Van Bissaka, says Ishan. I mean, it's very difficult to choose between those two, Ishan. To be honest with you, because me plays against West Bromwich Albion, who are absolutely atrocious, and Van Bissaka plays against Newcastle, who are also bad. So it is hard to kind of say which one to select between the two. It's really hard for me to say that, but I'd say start both of them and bench somebody else if I had the option. Nahal says Soucek to Rafinha this week, then Rafinha to Barnes next game week. Well, that's a difficult point, Nahal. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the reason is because I have to bring in Kane, so and if I bring in Kane, I'll have to transfer out another player because I don't have enough funds for Kane. Let me tell you how much I have in the bank. I've got 3.4 million in the bank, right? So I don't have enough funds, and that's a problem for me a little bit. So I have to kind of it's a bit of a drawback for my team, but I have to make do with what I have. McCarthy or Martinez? I mean, guys, again, I'm telling you, please, this is a very difficult question, but you see Martinez plays against Leicester, and Leicester are, like so high up in the league. They're playing well. Vardy's fit again. Ricardo Pereira has come back. Castan is back. I feel that it'll be hard for Martinez to keep a clean sheet, especially if they don't have Grealish, if he's injured. So I'd pick McCarthy. At least he has 2 games, so we can hope or expect him to get at least, 6 points at least, I'd say. Sean says, who to play out of me, AWB, Stones and Cancelo? I don't understand your question, bro. If you can repeat it, I'll be happy to answer. Thoughts on playing wildcard to be able to bring in De Bruyne and Kane? Not this week, my friend. I mean, you really should be trying to keep your wildcard. This is a little bit of a crazy time that's going on. I'd say keep your wildcard. Usman says, my team is Pope, Shaw, Bissaka, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Neves, Fernandes, Salah, Son, Madison, Ings, Bamford. So is it good or not? Who should I keep? Who do you think I should captain? It's hard for me to kind of rate your team at the moment, my friend, but I think it looks pretty solid, pretty good. And if I had your team, I'd think about captaining Ings or Bamford. That's pretty much because they have a double game week. Nishil says, hi, Wiz, Pope or McCarthy? It depends. If you have another Burnley defender, then I'd suggest going with McCarthy. But if you don't have a Burnley defender, you can think about going with Pope. McCarthy has a double game week, but it's not a good double game week in the sense that he plays against Chelsea and Leeds, so it's not the best. Amit says you got Rafinha for Soucek. Yes, my friend, that's my transfer for this week. SH says, hello, Wiz. Hey, SH, what's going on? The thing is, Nahal, I see your point about Barnes, and what I thought about initially was I thought I'd just transfer out Antonio for Danny Ings, and then I might wildcard next week, in game week 26. The problem is I was thinking to kind of triple captain Kane in 26, and if I wildcard in 26, I won't be able to triple captain Kane, and that's a bit of a problem, So that is the reason I'm keeping my options open, because if I don't get Ings this game week, then I don't essentially have to wildcard, right? So I'm keeping faith there. Razif says, hey Viz, Shaw, Diaz, Rudiger, 1 to bench, please help. If I was you, my friend, I'd Shaw plays Newcastle, Diaz plays Arsenal. I mean, if I was you, I'd possibly think about benching. I'd play Shaw, definitely. I'd bench one out of Rudiger and Diaz, possibly Rudiger, I'd say, Chelsea have been good, though, but I think Diaz and Rudiger, honestly, if I was you, I'd bench one out of Diaz and Rudiger. I would play Shaw. Amit says, only 1 sub and still carrying the extra sub forward. Yeah, I've made only 1 transfer. I'm taking my my next transfer to game week 26, my friend, so that I don't, if I don't want a wildcard, at least I have 2 transfers to go on. By the way, guys, I just have one thing to say before I, answer your questions further. The thing is, I see so many questions repeated in the chat, And sometimes when I don't answer the questions, people get angry and say, I've asked my question twice or thrice and you've not answered my question. Please just try to listen to the questions of other people. Sometimes these questions are so similar that it becomes a little bit boring for me to answer them again and again, and it just becomes repetitive. So I'd request the people in the chat to kind of help each other as well, because if I've answered a question, so if you can help the others, I'll be really thankful. That way I think we can get a more constructive session of this deadline stream. That's just my request, guys. If you find it good, so please help me there. All right, moving on. Nehal says Maja as the differential, going to move Antonio to Maja if Fulham get a double. The thing is, yeah, I think Maja is fine. He's just scored a couple of goals in that game, but we just need to see how well he plays, because he wasn't that good against Burnley. So just want to wait and watch about Maja. George says, Wiz, I have Ings and Bamford. Which would you captain? The thing about Ings is, he's got a game against Chelsea, who look really airtight at the back at the moment. And, the second game is against Leeds, and I know Leeds concede a lot. But I think Leeds have the better fixtures in terms of Wolves at home and, Southampton. I feel Bamford is as good, especially if he's on penalties, and he is on penalties, right? So I'm just, while I talk to you, I'm still going on to Twitter so that I can give you some good news or some updates. So yeah, Antonio's training, that's fine. I saw that on Twitter. All right, back to the questions. Odit says Lowton or Target for midterm. I'd say Target. I think I honestly feel that Target is he's got a double game week coming on. He's playing in 29 as well. Lowton, he's scored 1 goal in 6 years, so I wouldn't be swayed by that. I honestly feel Target is better, but the only, thing here is that the problem is if Grealish is injured, I don't know what mental impact that would have on this Aston Villa team, right? So that's the only hitch that I feel is there. Matthew says Son to Rafinha and DCL to Kane. My friend, I'd say you should keep Son because they have a double game week in 26. They might have a double game week because the fixtures haven't been announced yet, so I can't say with 100% certainty. But if you can get Rafinha for somebody else, then I would get Rafinha for somebody else and Kane. If you ask me which one do I prefer of Son and Kane, I'd say Kane. Sanchiro says, hello Wizard, what do you think? Gundogan starts or better to let DCL play and Gundogan bench? To be honest with you, I don't see the upside of letting Gundogan on the bench and playing DCL, because DCL plays against Liverpool, right? And DCL is coming back from an injury. How well is he going to play? Liverpool looked good against Leipzig in that game against in the game in the Champions League. So if I was you, I'd say put Gundogan in the team and put DCL on the bench. Have you still got your bench boost? Says Light. No, I don't have my bench boost, my friend. Yash says I have McCarthy, Sofal, Soucek, Lowton. Should I bench boost? Should I, provided I have not used the wildcard? That is interesting, Yash. I mean, McCarthy, definitely bench boost. Sofal, Soucek, Lowton. Yeah, I mean, looks like a good, decent enough bench boost. If it gives you 15 points, I would be so happy with that, to be honest with you. If I was you, I would bench boost and get it out of the way, and then get ready for your wildcard. Aditya says Westergaard or Diaz for starting. I mean, if I was you, I would go with Westergaard, bro. 100%. Adrian says, why Antonio is not your first sub? Moyes says he's fit. Yeah, the thing is, I didn't... the thing with Antonio is, I wasn't sure about him when I was, when I was picking the team, but now I just saw on Twitter that Antonio is fit, so I can't put him on the first. But do I expect West Ham to score against I even want to consider putting him in the team instead of Watkins, because I just heard the news about the Grealish injury. Nehal says hit the like button, everyone, and Ajay says, hey mate, how are you? Still fixture rearrangement isn't announced, so still waiting for the transfer plan. Yeah, that's true, my friend. It's very, very distressing for the FPL managers, especially those who are on wildcard, and I feel for them so bad. But sometimes these things happen, and FPL towers are not considered about are not considerate about what FPL managers feel. They just they do it at the time when they feel is right. Pro Gamer says, bro, who three to play? Stones, Diaz, Cresswell, Dallas, Dean. I mean, Dean, he plays against Liverpool. Dallas, obviously, I'll play this game week. I'll play Diaz. I'd say, I'd go with Dallas, definitely, and I would play one out of Stones and Diaz. That would be Diaz. And Cresswell and Dean, I'd say a little bit. I'd go with Cresswell because of the form of Cresswell. Rohit says this guy is just so on point with his language and words. I just love it. You're awesome, bro. Thank you so much for the kind words, bro. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Sylvester says bench Maddison or Watkins. I'd bench Watkins, my friend. I think Maddison is in good form and Leicester are in good form. So, yeah. Refusion says, hey, but love your vids. I really look forward to watching them and especially your live streams. Is this your final team? Refusion, this is my final team actually. This is supposed to be my final team, but as soon as I was about to come on the stream, there's so much happening on Twitter right now, so I can't just ignore the rumors that are going around about Grealish, and I'm concerned about Watkins is the problem. What I'm thinking right now is, should I bench Watkins in favor of Antonio? That's the only thing I'm considering at the back of my mind, because if Antonio is fit and he starts against Spurs, he could score against Spurs, I feel. Yes, says thanks for the advice. You're welcome, my friend. Jaditya says, do I keep Watkins or transfer out him for Bamford? I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be against transferring out for Bamford, especially if it's not for a hit. Bamford has a double game week. He's a good captaincy option. I think many people are going to captain him. So why not, my friend? I think you can do it. Thanks for answering. By the way, why didn't you play Stones? If it's afraid they will not get a clean sheet. No, I'm not afraid of that, basically. The thing is, if I play Stones, I'll have to basically just bench one of the existing players, right? The only players who I can bench in favor of Stones is Watkins. Other than that, I think I want to play Rafinha, Gundogan, Fernandes, Salah, Son, Bamford. So the only player who I can realistically take out for Stones is Watkins. And the reason I put him in, it was before the Grealish news broke out, right? So I really haven't had time to kind of think about that. But I can take out Watkins for Antonio. That's the only thing I can think about right now. Yash says, I definitely think West Ham can score against Spurs. They are awful at the back. I mean, they did pretty well in the midweek against Wolfsburger, and they have had pretty difficult fixtures in the league as well. So yeah. FPL Sam says, hello Wiz, hey Sam, who is your differential this game week, my friend? You always come up with some. Nihal says, which defender will be hit with the Pep rule? To be honest with you, I feel that with Aymeric Laporte being fit, I think that the centre backs are a little bit of a problem right now, especially John Stones. I think Pep is not going to take risks with Ruben Diaz as much as he's I think Stones is more expendable, and other than that, I feel Joao Cancelo is a little bit of a risk with the Champions League's games coming, and he started both the games in the double game week as well, so I feel he could be the one to make way for The thing is with Cancelo is he's a fullback, right? So he needs to expend more energy as compared to Diaz and Stones or the centre backs. So I think the fullbacks, like for example in the second game, Pep rested Zinchenko. So I think Cancelo could be the one, honestly. Success says Cancelo or Diaz. If I was you, I'd possibly I think Diaz is the safe pick. Cancelo not so much. I think he's prone to rotation, Sanjay says, Wiz, you're awesome, dude. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. I love these comments. Meeper says, Barnes or Madison? You mean for transferring them in your team, or do you have them both and you're asking me which one to start? I don't get the question, my friend. Aditya says Adams for Watkins due to Grealish. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure if Che Adams is the one is going to start, because in the last game he started Redmond along with Danny Ings. So is Adams nailed on anymore? I'm not sure. I don't think so. David Pereira says Watkins or Stones to start. Leicester form is very good currently. I agree with you, my friend. Even though they don't have their you don't, even though like Wesley Fofana's injured and Justin got ACL injury, they're still doing pretty well. So they had to play Daniel Amarte in on right back and Pereira. Now what's gonna happen is Pereira is gonna come back to right back and Castan is gonna play left, and that's gonna make them even more dangerous. And the reason why I had put Watkins in my team was basically due to Grealish. So the thing about if they had announced the fixtures of the double game week, guys, I would have thought about wildcarding in 26, so I could have easily taken out Antonio for Ings. But since they've not announced the fixtures, I'm kind of in two minds whether I can wildcard in 26 or not, because I'm not even sure if it's gonna be it's gonna be a double game week in 26. It's a little bit tricky, guys. It's just not worth it, I feel. So that's the reason I am thinking to just go with the Watkins, I guess. But it's tough, guys. I know it's tough, but I don't have a right answer for this. Sanjay says, "Are you the real wizard?" I wish I was, my friend. I really wish sometimes, especially with FPL. I do wish I had a crystal ball and I could see the future, but I'm not. Razat says, "Should I take Rafinha for Grealish?" Razat, if you want to. I mean, really, I don't know about the rumors, whether they are true or not, but there are a lot of rumors going around at the moment, right? So I think for this game week, I think you can. There is no risk for taking Rafinha for a double game week against Grealish, who was gonna play against Leicester. So yeah, I think you can. Rizvi says, "I'm wildcarding in 25 for a bench boost in game week 25." I mean, oh, you must bench boost in 26, right? So I've got Grealish, right? Should I take him out for 26? I think you should. If there are rumors, I don't think you should be taking a risk. I think if you are on the wild card right now, I think you can take him out, and you can, there are other options. There are, there's no player comparable to Grealish right now, but you can pick up Harvey Barnes. You can go for somebody like Rafinha. So I think there are options, and if you're on a wild card, you can take him out. Rupam says, "DCL or Gundo, who to start?" If I was you, I'd start Gundogan, my friend. Caspiano says, "Play one Diaz, dunk or target." That's a tough one, my friend. Let me see. So who are Brighton playing again? They are playing against West. They are playing against Crystal Palace, right? So that fixture looks pretty good to me. Brighton versus Crystal Palace looks pretty good to me, especially with Zaha being absent. Dunk, target, no. Diaz, no. I mean, I'd choose between Dunk and Diaz, to be honest with you. If I was you, I'd be tempted to go with Dunk, to be honest with you, because Diaz lacks the attacking threat. I mean, Dunk is a threat from corners and set pieces, and Brighton have kept so many clean sheets, and they're playing against Crystal Palace, who are absolutely toothless. So I mean, if I was you, I'd be tempted to go with Dunk. But do make your own decision, bro. I just want to tell you that. FPL Sam says, "No differential this time, captaining Bam Bam Bamford." I hope it works, my friend. I'm going with Bamford as well. Sanjay says, "Have you considered Ings? His fixtures after the 3 double game weeks are the best." Yeah, I have considered Ings, to be honest with you. The thing is, I have to choose between Ings and Harry Kane, and I mean, there's no reason why I can't go from Kane in 26 to Ings after that, right? So, but which player do I want in 26? I want Harry Kane. I don't want Danny Ings for those game weeks, especially in 26. What do you think of bench boost Leeds player in game week 26? I mean, to be honest with you, they have a tough game in 26. They're playing Aston Villa, right? So it all depends upon whether Grealish is available or not. It's a little bit tricky. But Nehal, to be honest with you, keeping your bench boost for a long time is going to hinder your progress. I mean, I think 24 was a really good time to play your bench boost. Game week 24 was. Even 25, you could think about getting cheap players from Southampton and Leeds, and you could bench boost. In 26, it's a little bit more tricky in my opinion. If I was you, it would depend on my further strategy, right? If I still had my wild card, if I had my free hit, I would consider getting it out of the way and then building up to the blank game week, and then saving my free hit and then using my wildcard after. Meeper says, "I want to bring in a Leicester attacking asset out of Barnes and Madison's." I mean, to be honest with you, the thing with Barnes is he's more, he's closer to the box. He's having more shots on goal. The thing with Madison is he's on set pieces, and he's more clinical at the moment. I just it's just very hard for me to decide between them, because Madison is having numbers which are unsustainable in theory, but he is sustaining them, right? But if I had to pick one out of the two right now, it would be Barnes. If it had to be one gun to my head, I'd pick Barnes. Nail says, Udit says, start Gundo, keep Watkins for sub. Yeah, that would be my opinion too. Sanjay says, Wiz, a few managers have already confirmed extra games. Yeah, they have confirmed the extra games. I agree with that, my friend. The thing is, FPL haven't announced them, so we don't know whether all of them are going to happen. Some of them are going to happen, because even in Ben Krillen's spreadsheets, some games were confirmed, the others were like highly probable ones. So we just needed a confirmation before we could make our decisions, right? FPL Knight says, hey Wiz, any updates on Double Game Week 26? Well, FPL Knights, the only updates we have is that some managers have confirmed in their press conferences that they're going to have to play 2 games, but we don't have any official confirmation. Jirit says, Anthony Robinson, a bad pick. Well, he doesn't have any attacking return this season. He looks very attacking when we watch the games, the eye test, right? But he doesn't have any tangible rewards to his name, so it's a bit touch and go for me. Would I go with the Fulham? If I had to pick one Fulham player, it would be, it could be somebody like Lookman, Cavaliero, or their keeper. Those would be the ones that I'd look for. Siddharth says, hello bro, your team looks awesome. You are tactically so sound. You really are a wizard. Thank you so much, my friend. I don't know what I've done today, guys. I've received so many beautiful comments, and I really appreciate you for that. Please guys, we've got 51 people watching and we've got only 20 likes. I would really appreciate if you'd like the stream and hit subscribe. Thank you so much. Should I play Jorginho over Grealish? I mean, to be honest with you, my friend, why would you do that? If I'd put Grealish in the team, and I would put Jorginho first on the bench, and if Grealish doesn't play, then Jorginho comes in automatically, right? So Sanjay Patel says Barnes. Yeah, I agree with that. Nishil says Brighton or Southampton defender. I'd say, for the long term, Southampton defender looks better, because Brighton are not going to have any double game weeks. Southampton might have 2 double game weeks, leading up to game week 29. So Brighton have the better fixtures at the moment, but I'd say Southampton defenders could give you equal points, even a little bit more, depending on how their form turns, right? I'd look at Westergaard or somebody like that. Nehal says, honestly, in my opinion, he either plays or does not. It's more likely he won't. Yeah, I agree with that. If Gundogan is not starting, I don't see him coming off the bench. Pep is not that type of manager, guys. So that's just what I say. If that happens, do not hold me responsible. So I'm just checking Twitter for any Grealish news. Guys, I don't see any other updates. People are so absolutely panicking at the moment on Twitter because of they are on wildcards and the fixtures haven't been announced. Right, back to the questions. Refusion says, are you changing Watkins to Antonio? I mean, I could. I'm still thinking at the back of my mind whether I should or not. The thing about Watkins is, with Grealish absent, how does it impact his game? I think it impacts it a lot, because they won't have any creativity. I mean, the Spurs assets just got a whole lot better if not the Spurs assets. I mean, the Leicester assets got a whole lot better if Grealish is not playing in that game. I'm just thinking at the back of my mind. I've just not made my decision right now, my friend. I'll let you know in 5 minutes. Brian says, Wiz, you're using your wildcard this week. No, my friend, this is my team. I'm not using my wildcard. I've been thinking about using my wildcard in 26, but the whole point is I'm also thinking about triple captaining Kane. I want to see how he plays against West Ham, whether he starts or not, how he plays. If he does really well, the fixtures are looking so favorable for Harry Kane triple captain in 26. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. FPL Knight says, how is Kane and Gundo? Gundo might start from the bench, but Kane, I think Kane is going to be fine. I think, honestly, Mourinho just gave him a rest. I think he's going to be fine, absolutely. I don't think he has a problem. With Gundogan, I think he trained a bit. He didn't take part in full training. If Pep feels he's not up to the up to this full speed, I don't think he's going to risk him from the bench. He's either he starts or he's doesn't play at all. So just make sure you have good benches, guys. That's exactly what I feel. Pes says have 2 free transfers: Justin to Dallas and DCL to Kane, to afford Kane, Bruno to Rashford. That is hard. I mean, I can't tell you to take out Bruno, my friend. I mean, Rashford cannot cover Bruno Fernandes. Bruno is on a different level to Rashford at the moment. So that's difficult for me to approve in So just if I was you, I wouldn't do it. Devendra says, "Yo Wiz, hey my friend, welcome." Sudeep says, "Hey Wiz, who to bench? Grealish against Leicester or DCL against Liverpool?" Just put Grealish in the team and DCL on the bench. If in any case the rumors are true, Grealish isn't playing, you'll get DCL anyway. So that would be my plan. Nehal says, Jethro, I would love them both. Also, he's answering Jethro. He says, I would love them both. If I can get only one with no budget in place, I would go with Kane over Son. I agree, guys. If I had to choose one at the moment, I'd go with Kane over Son. Because one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because Kane faces Burnley and Southampton or Fulham in the double game week. Those fixtures look to me more like the Kane fixtures, especially the Burnley one and the Fulham one. So I'd just be wary, and I think I'd go with the Kane over Son if I had to select one. All right. Soman says, since you got Martinez out in your wildcard, he's gone crazy. I know, my friend. The thing is, I got McCarthy for the double game week, which never happened, my friend. It is so frustrating because it got cancelled. The games after I played my wild card, the madness of the COVID hit, and so many games got cancelled. I got the Leeds player for the doubles against Southampton. I got McCarthy for the double against Leeds. They all got cancelled. I mean, I got Spurs players for their double game week against Fulham. It got cancelled. It was crazy. My wild card got wasted so badly, but these things happen. We cannot control them, my friend. Asset says, Wiz, your team is logged. Well, it almost was logged as such. The only thing I'm still thinking is whether I should be playing Watkins or Antonio, because there are so many rumors of Grealish being injured, and that's the only thing that's making me consider whether I should be playing Antonio or whether I should be playing Watkins. That's the only thing that I have on my mind. Other than that, I'm pretty much set. I was looking to bring in Ings if I was to wildcard in 26, but I think I'm going to hold it off. I think it's for the best. I should hold it off. Ting, ting, ting. Success is Barkley and Traore can chip in, but it's up to Watkins to convert. It's more about Watkins' ability. Chances will be created. I'm not sure about the chances creation as well. I mean, Grealish was the one who created a lot of chances for Watkins, and it's a bit crazy to expect Aston Villa to be the same team without Grealish. He is their talisman. FPL Knight says, Wiz, need help on my wildcard, my team. Yeah, sure, go ahead, FPL Knights, post your team, I'll help you. According to Jim comments, it looks like Spurs will play Burnley and Fulham. Not great for a triple. Prefer Burnley and Southampton. Yeah, Sanjay, I agree with you. But these things are. That's the reason I was waiting for the fixtures to come out and be confirmed. That is exactly the reason why I'm not getting in Ings. I don't want to waste my transfer, then take -8s before 26. It just becomes too messy. And do I think Ings is going to score against Chelsea? He might, but Chelsea look really good, to be honest with you. Southampton don't. And the only fixture I expect Ings to score is the one against Leeds. And would I get him in for that one alone? If I had to keep him for long term, I might. If I had to just get him for one game week, even if I had money in the bank to go just from Ings to Kane without wasting a transfer, I would still do it. But since I don't have money in the bank to go Ings to Kane, I'll have to transfer somebody out. That is the reason I'm just holding off, my friend. But I did consider it. I did think long and hard about it. By the way, guys, there's not much. I think there's still 40 minutes to the deadline, so we don't need to panic yet. All right. answering your questions. Be brave, he says, getting. I'm thinking about it at the back of my mind, my friend. The thing is, as soon as I was about to come onto the live stream, these rumors about Grealish being injured surfaced, and I didn't have time to properly process that in the back of my mind. So I just came. I thought I'd come here. I'd just talk to you guys. It'll make things clear both for you and me. Beyond says is Grealish injured. I'm not sure, my friend. There are just rumors on Twitter, so I can't say that. Starting out for who says Keegan. If I was you, I'd keep Sterling. He has a good record against Arsenal, my friend. And if I had to take him out, I'd possibly take him out for Son. But not this game week. Che Adams. I'm not sure about Che Adams being nailed on. Honestly, I'm not sure. So I don't want to be. I don't want to tell you to get Che Adams and then he doesn't start. So if you're sure he's going to start, only then. Keegan says DCL out, Ings in. Yeah, I like that transfer, to be honest with you, especially for this game week. And I think Ings can definitely match DCL over the next weeks. Sinat says bench Barnes or Watkins. I'd bench Watkins over Barnes. I'd play Barnes. Jay says, will Gundogan play? I have no idea, my friend. He trained a little, He didn't take part in full training, so I'd assume if he plays the full game. If he doesn't play, then he doesn't start, then he doesn't come on. Ashish says, should I cap Ings or Rafinha? Out of those two, I'd go with Ings a little bit over Rafinha. I think he's on penalties as well. Although Rafinha has been returning in the past few weeks, Ings, I feel, is the better shout. If you've got Bamford, then I would think about Bamford too. Espiano says, start Barnes or Son. I'm gonna start Kane, so I have the Spurs asset. To be honest with you, my friend, if I was you, I'd still go with Son over Barnes. I don't see a reason that even if you own Kane to bench Son, because they don't have Angelo Ogbonna and they're having a makeshift defense a little bit. Issa Diop. Yeah, he did play, but is he going to be, having the same chemistry with Dawson? I feel we can play both Son and Kane if you have them. Jethro says, what are you going to do about Antonio? Starting him? I'm thinking about it, bro. I'm just at the back of my mind. I'm thinking, because I just told you, right? When I came on this stream, I didn't have information about Grealish, and as soon as I was about to come on, then I got this information about Grealish being injured. So I just came here just to think about it a little bit. This was my team though. Do you think McCarthy will get at least one clean sheet? Well, that I don't think so, to be honest with you. I think the games are too tough. Chelsea one. It is a little bit unpredictable because in attack Chelsea are not looking that good. Against Leeds, I still expect him to get some save points even if he doesn't get the clean sheet. So it's a bit touch and go for me, to be honest with you, bro. I can't say with any fair amount of certainty. Max says Bamford or Rafinha for captain. Mac, I've got both and I've gone with Bamford, so that's my decision. I feel he's on penalties and he gets a lot of chances, and Bamford has shown that he is good. He's scored a hat-trick in the league before, so I'm trusting Bamford for this one. Replace Gundogan as a hit for Rafinha. If you can get Rafinha for somebody else, then you should. I'm not against it, but the form Gundogan was in, how is it going to be impacted by Kevin De Bruyne coming back? Just not fully sure. We need to watch them play together to judge what Kevin De Bruyne coming back is going to do to Gundogan. For this game week, if you want, you can do a hokey cokey. You can just bring in Rafinha, and if you want, you can take out Rafinha. Next game, we can bring in Gundogan back. So I wouldn't be against that, though. Well, let's say I'm confused between McCarthy and Areola, Ramsdale or Johnston on a wild card. Who to choose? If I was you, to be honest with you, I would love to have Martinez in the team, to be honest, because they're playing in 29, they won't have a blank, and they have good fixtures, and Martinez is in good form as well. So but out of those two, I would go with McCarthy and Areola if I had to choose one out of those two. FPL Knight says missing Everton for game week 26, I guess. FPL Lights, I need to read your team. Yeah, there you go. So he has Martinez, Sanchez, White, Diaz, Cancelo, Target, Ben Davies. Ben Davies. Reguilon might be back soon, right? So Stala, Bruno, Son, Gundogan, Rafinha, absolutely happy with that. Bamford, Ings, and Watkins. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the only thing I'm concerned about with Watkins is if Grealish got injured, how is it going to impact Watkins? Other than that, I think that looks like a pretty good team to me. Sanchez and White, do you really want to double up on the Brighton defense? Wouldn't be sure about that. And one more thing is that I'm not sure about Ben Davies. You know, maybe you can rethink about these things, these points. Otherwise, that is a pretty solid team at this moment. Especially if you want a bench boost in game week 26, you've got Rafinha and you've got Bamford. They've got a difficult fixture and they've got one game. Other than that, it looks pretty good to me. Ajay says I haven't made my transfer yet. Too much tinkering. Ajay, it's not your fault, bro. You're on an amazing rank. You know, overall rank of 80 is amazing, bro. And the thing is, this time it is too much uncertainty, and it is stemming from these rumors which are coming about Grealish and you know. Shivam says this week's team: Ryan, Cancelo. Ryan, is he gonna play? I don't think so. Leno is back, bro. He says Ryan, Cancelo, Shaw, Lowton. I like those, all three of them. Rashford, Son, Bruno, Salah, Gundogan. So you don't have Rafinha, Ings, and Bamford. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good team, my friend. The only thing you're missing is you don't have Leeds players. They've got a double game week, and you only got just Ings and Bamford for the double. Other than that, I like that team a lot. But I don't think Ryan is going to play, so Martinez is going to come in anyway. I like that team, bro. Sanjay says Gunda doing well with KDB. Yeah, I mean, it's different right now, you know. The level Gundogan is showing, the level Gundogan showed when KDB got injured, it was crazy. I mean, he was doing fine, but he wasn't, on fire when KDB was playing. How do you plan to bring in Kane next week? Dylan, that is a very good question, bro. That is the reason I'm not making a second transfer. I plan to bring in Kane in place of Antonio, and I'm possibly going to make 3 transfers or 2 transfers. Let me show you guys, just for the sake of taking a break from answering all the questions and refreshing myself. I'll just here. So basically what I plan to do is I plan to take out Antonio and bring in Kane, and then I need 1.2 million. That could become 1.3 pretty soon, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. So one thing I can do is simply just take out Ben Mee for somebody who's 3.8 million. Simply just get a 3.8 million player and put him in and be done with that. It could be Nico Williams, it could be anybody, Ferguson. That is the only way I can get him without a hit, which I don't like. I don't recommend this. I don't like this. So the second way I can do is I can take out Johnston for Forster. Now, why am I doing this? Because a little bit I'm scared if McCarthy is gonna be benched, at least Foster is gonna play, right? So I can bring in Foster. Now I've got 4.3 million in the bank. Which player would I bring in for 4.3 million? I could go with Kilman because he might have a double game week, but I'm preferring to go with some of the Brighton defenders. I can bring in White, or not White. I can bring in Weltman. I can bring in somebody else. Like Dan Burn. So I'm thinking right now. See, I haven't made a full-fledged plan about it right now, but I have to bring in Kane for this double game week. That is certain. So just a small break from what I was thinking. So this is how I'm gonna make I'm gonna make Kane possible, and in the turn, even if McCarthy gets dropped in favor of Foster, I've got the cover. And I have a Brighton defender who has good fixtures, West Brom, Southampton, Newcastle. They've got decent fixtures and they are in good form. So I'm just thinking about this, but this might change. Everything might change if I decide to wildcard. But that is just my basic, transfer plan at the moment that I made. I always make my transfer plans in advance, guys, because I don't want to panic. Right. Nishtal says Dunk or Shaw. I mean, I'd say Luke Shaw. He's got a double game week next week. He's got a good match this week as well. If you mean for this week, I'd still go Luke Shaw over Dunk. Sanjay says hit for Shaw from Maguire. This will allow Bamford to Kane for free next week, or wait. I mean, you could wait. You could do this next game week as well. If you roll a transfer, you get 2 transfers next week, bro. Whom should I start, Pope or McCarthy? Guys, this is a $1 million question, right? It's a very, very difficult one. And I just want to tell you, if you have a Burnley defender, I wouldn't double up against West Bromwich Albion, because if West Bromwich Albion can score against Manchester United, they can score against Burnley as well. I mean, 1 defender or 1 keeper against West Bromwich Albion is good. If you have 2, I'd say bench 1 and play 1. Out of McCarthy and Pope, I'd say, they'll approximately get the similar amount of points. Which one would I start? I'd possibly be edging towards Pope if I had the option. But if you have 2, then I would possibly start McCarthy. Matthew Brown says, how good of an option is Ings if Southampton are in such bad form? The thing about Ings is he doesn't depend on the form of Southampton to score his goals. He's a poacher, he's going to get some chances. Irrespective of how bad a form Southampton are in, he's still going to get chances, and they are creating chances for Ings. So I still feel he's a decent enough option, bro. Connor says, Martinez or Sanchez? You mean for this game week, right? So for this game week, Brighton play Crystal Palace. Sanchez has a good fixture. Aston Villa. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be tempted to play Sanchez over Martinez. It's hard, guys. Again, Martinez has been in good form, but so has been Leicester. I mean, Leicester have been scoring goals. They beat Liverpool, right? And they are doing well. And Vardy's fit again. So I would expect Leicester to score, especially if Grealish is injured, Alright. Aditya says, have 2 free transfers, Pope to Areola, have Martinez, or Salah to Son. Was planning to do both transfers next week to afford Antonio to Kane, or Sofal to Westergaard. I mean, to be honest with you, Sofal to Westergaard only looks a good move this week. Next week you can bring in Son and Kane, because this game week they don't have the best of fixture. Even though West Ham have got some injuries, they still are a decent enough team, bro. So, it's a bit... Yeah, if I was you, I'd bring Westergaard only. I mean, he has a double game week, right? So it'll save you some trouble. ProGamer says, bro, playing Stones for Watkins. You can, yeah. I'm thinking about, still thinking about the Watkins place in my team. Other than that, it's all done. Abdul says, I have Adams and McCarthy. Should I start them? Well, if you have them, bro, I mean, I'd definitely start McCarthy. About Adams, I'd be a little bit dubious about which other player you have to sacrifice to start Adams. Wab says, me to Dallas for a -4 hit. That is a tricky one, bro. Why would you bring Dallas for a -4 hit? Because the thing is, I don't expect Dallas to keep a clean sheet. 2 clean sheets. I don't expect him to keep 2 clean sheets. So I'd say me can keep a clean sheet against West Bromwich Albion as well, and he has a double game week in game week 26. So I would say in the coming 2 weeks, their scores could be around at par. In my opinion, that's a pretty touch and go decision, my friend. If I was you, I possibly wouldn't. I wouldn't do me to Dallas for this week. Sudeep says, is it worth to take minus for Rafinha in place of Grealish? The hit is the problem, my friend. If it was for free, I would tell you to do it. The hit is a problem. Because if I tell you to get Rafinha this week for a hit, next week he doesn't have a double game week. He's got a game against Aston Villa, which is not the best. So it's a bit touch and go, bro. It's a bit touch and go. I've just seen a tweet by the world number 1 currently. Who's the world number 1? He's confused about Grealish as well. He says, do we know for sure whether Grealish is injured? My word, guys, it's all kicking out on Twitter. Honestly, I mean, it's kicking off on Twitter like crazy. So but we can just make do with what information we have, right? We can't late things, guys. And all right, Let me have a drink. Crazy, and need some water here. Please like the stream though, by the way, guys. Right. You see, come rain or shine, I'm gonna be here with you, and I'm gonna try to answer all your questions. Doesn't matter what the situation becomes in FPL. So do hit subscribe if you haven't already. Rohit says, should I use 2 transfers now and use my wildcard next week? Well, guys, that is another thing that which you should consider. If you are saving a transfer and you plan to use a wildcard next week, then 1 transfer is gonna get wasted. If you're definitely using your wildcard next week, then don't save a transfer because it is going to get wasted. So it all depends whether you are definitely using your wildcard or, like me, you are still considering it. Is me still injured? No, Ben Mee is fine. I think he's going to start the game. Salam says, is this your final lineup? Salam, it is close to my final lineup. Unfortunately, this rumors of Grealish injury came after I started live streaming, or close to when I started live streaming. So I'm a little bit confused about whether to play Watkins or, Antonio. I'm a little bit confused about that. Other than that, it's pretty much fine. My captaincy, vice captain, everything's fine. Final. Ings or Watkins to navigate till 29. Definitely Ings over Watkins if you can afford him, my friend. Is Ings a must for the coming weeks, or check other Southampton assets? I wouldn't, my friend. I don't think there are other very good Southampton assets. The only ones I like is obviously their goalkeeper. McCarthy is fine. Ings is the best one. I like Ward-Prowse a little bit as well. And other than that, out of their defense, I think Westergaard could be the one. But which one would I rank? I'd say Ings and McCarthy are the ones we should consider if you want. Other than that, I wouldn't consider anyone. Is Rafinha a triple captain option? I mean, the thing with Rafinha is he's not on any set pieces. He's not on penalties. He is a very good player. I mean, he's been getting returns left, right, and center, and I know that. But it's a little bit touch and go with Rafinha. I wouldn't triple captain him, my friend. If you have him, that's pretty much good enough. Let me see how much his ownership is, just in case, just to give you a perspective. He's 9% owned, so you have him. I think your EO should be good. You don't need to risk triple captaining him, bro. Just saying that, So ding 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 ding. Yep. I'm sorry, guys. This music, when I say this music, I sing this music. I'm just checking onto Twitter so I can give you some updates if I have some on Twitter. Apologies if you don't like this, but yeah. Making my transfer now, says Nehals. He says, Rafinha in for Souček. What do you think of a differential captain in Rafinha? Yeah, I mean, I'm not against captaining Rafinha. Triple captain is a bit too much, but captaining Rafinha is fine, my friend. Let me show you his returns. He's been returning in every week since, game week 20. So 13, 5, 9, 6, 5. So he's a good asset, solid asset. And if Leeds finishing was any better, he could have had more points. The reason I'm going with Bamford is that he's a striker. He gets more opportunities and he's on penalties. That's my rationale. Sometimes he does take corners, Rafinha, but Leeds are not the kind of team who scores a lot of goals from corners, especially because they don't have any good centre backs who can attack the headers from the corners, and that is a problem. The only one who really can score from corners is Bamford, so I would be concerned about that. This is just my concern, but yeah. Yeah, still checking Twitter. No updates. Success says keep Grealish and bench Antonio, or transfer out Grealish for someone good. I mean, if you have a transfer, if you can get somebody like Rafinha in place of Grealish and you don't have a lot of value tied with Grealish, you can. I mean, Grealish, in my opinion, was a season-long asset which you should have kept. The problem with Grealish is that he is, there are rumors that he's going to he's injured or he's out for the season. I can't confirm them. Will Gundogan play? He says. I don't know, my friend. But I can tell you this much. What I think about that is, if Gundogan doesn't start the game, I don't think he's going to come on as a sub. So there is not a risk, in my opinion, of that. You start him and he doesn't, he comes on as a sub for 10 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen with Gundogan. That's what I feel, that's what my rationale of starting Gundogan is. Keep Richarlison or not? I mean, yeah, he has a good double game week in 26. You can keep him for that. For this game week against Liverpool, he can score. Liverpool haven't been the best, so if I was you, I'd keep him. Pretty happy with my side, says Nahal, but I'm feeling I'm missing out on Ings. I rate him highly. Well, I do rate him as well, my friend. And again, if we had the confirmation, I was pretty close to pulling the trigger of transferring out Antonio and getting Ings. But sometimes these things, this FPL just doesn't work the way you want it to, and just waiting for the announcement of the fixtures, it made me wait too long, and now I'm not sure about Danny Ings anymore, because I don't want to then I have to take 2 hits to bring in Kane next week, and a little bit dodgy with that move. Salam says, I've got Diaz and Cancelo, bench Watkins and Bamford at front. Yeah, that's fine, my friend. I mean, with Diaz and Cancelo, if I was you, I'd possibly play one of them. It's a bit touch and go, bro. To be honest with you, it's hard to categorically say, because I think one of their defenders is going to be benched. Who is it gonna be? I think it's gonna be Cancelo, but we can't say with any fair amount of certainty about them. Harpavan says, Gundogan most likely won't start. Only one training session, that do not complete. I agree with that. Would recommend benching him with UCL coming up. Pep won't risk him. Well, if Gundogan doesn't come on, I get my bench player anyway, so I'm not concerned about that, bro. I know he didn't attend training, and I totally agree with that, by the way. Aditya says bench 1 from Cancelo, Stones and Lowton. If you're already playing Pope, I'd be tempted to bench. I'd be tempted to bench Lowton, to be honest with you. I mean, because I think one out of Cancelo and Stones is going to be benched. So it's a bit touch and go. Sudeep says, has double game week been announced? No, it hasn't been announced yet. Amrit says bench Diaz or Cancelo. Sorry if you answered it already. Yeah, if I was you, my friend, I'd possibly, the thing with Cancelo is he's got so much attacking threat and creativity. It's so hard for me to tell you to bench Cancelo. The problem is, I feel he's going to be rested. I think Diaz is the only one who's nailed on in that team. All the other defenders are liable to get rotated a little bit. That's what I think, at least. That's how I feel about things. Nehal says, on the same about Ings transfer was completely dependent on the fixtures to come. Yeah, that's the thing. I really wanted Danny Ings, but the thing is, you have to plan for the future. And if I get Danny Ings and then replace him with Harry Kane, I have to take hits. And 2 hits, not worth it in my opinion. Excuse me. Paulo Robinho says, hi, Pope or McCarthy? My friend, if you have a Burnley defender, then I would say McCarthy. If you don't have a Burnley defender along with Pope, I'd say Pope. It's a bit, guys, again, I have to repeat this because I say this every week. Please be responsible for your own transfers. I can only give you my opinions. They can be right, they can be wrong. Please just make your own decisions, my friends. I can recommend you with no fair amount of certainty. Yeah. FPL Jug. I missed his question. Where did he ask? Yeah, there you go. I'm thinking of Ings as a captain, says FPL Jug. Well, the thing is, you can go with Ings as a captain. If I had him and Bamford, I would possibly still go with Bamford. Having Ings in itself is a great advantage, in my opinion. Captaining him, I'd say Bamford has the better fixtures. So yeah. Herpavan says, I see you chose Bamford as a captain over Rafinha. Any particular reason? I'm both and I'm debating who to captain. Yeah, that's right, Herpavan. The thing is, I'm thinking about Bamford because he's on penalties. 2, he's a striker. And, these are the reasons that sway me towards Bamford. And he's a striker, and all the others create opportunities for Bamford. And he has shown that he has the ability to go big. He scored a hat-trick, right? So I prefer going with Bamford. Siddharth says, hey Siddharth bro, welcome back. Success says Che Adams or Antonio. If I was you, I'd possibly go with Che Adams. I'd just risk putting Che Adams because of the double game week, because Antonio doesn't even have the best fixture against Spurs, Sokrat says, which pair is better? I know it's tricky, but which pair is better for game week 26? Vardy and Son, or Kane and Madison? If I was you, I'd go with Vardy and Son, bro. Sagar says, for game week 25 to 29, who is better, Shaw or White? I need to look at Manchester United's long-term fixtures, because I've seen their short-term fixtures look good. The thing is, in 26 they play Chelsea, 27 they play Manchester City. I think in short-term, in 26 they have a double game week against Fulham and Chelsea. I should be sure about these things, but for some reason I am not. Yeah, but I honestly feel that Ben White can be a decent option. With Luke Shaw, the thing is, he has difficult fixtures to come. And, with their games in the Europa League as well, although Telles is playing those games, I think you can go with Ben White if you want. It would save you some money as well. Who would I go with? Based on form with Luke Shaw, and based on fixtures, I would go with Ben White. Shaw or Bissaka? I'd go with Shaw definitely, out of those two, my friend. Che Adams might not start, but has the opportunity to score against Leeds. Exactly, that is my thinking as well. Siddharth says, will you keep Watkins? I don't see why not, my friend. The thing is, I have better option in Antonio? Not sure about that. It's hard to make up my mind, guys. What would you suggest I do? I'm putting it on to you. Should I put Antonio in my team in place of Watkins? Do you think Watkins has a better chance to score against Leicester, or do you think Antonio has a better chance to score against Spurs? It's a bit touch and go, right, guys? It's so tough to make this decision. Sokrat says, just want to ask you, which part of the world are you situated in? Sokraj, I am from Punjab, my friend. I live in Punjab, and I am from Punjab, and I stay in India. So I hope that answers your question. Adam says, would you do Gundogan to Rafinha or Adams to Ings? Ooh, that is a tough one, Adam. The thing is, with Gundogan to Rafinha, if you want to do it for the short term, I don't see the downside with that, because you do Gundogan to Rafinha for this game week, and you bring back Gundogan in game week 26, and that could work. Adams to Ings, I'd say it is more a long-term transfer, because you don't have any other options in place of Ings, because he's a mid-priced striker, right? So I like the idea of Gundogan to Rafinha and Rafinha to Gundogan back in 26. Think about it. Play Watkins, says Siddharth. Siddharth, if you say play Watkins, I'll listen to you. When are you planning for the Wizards meetup, bro? Success, where are you from? I could plan a meetup. I'd love to do a meetup, by the way, and I just don't know where you guys are at. If you're close by, we could definitely plan a meetup soon, before the season itself as well. So I'd say, there's not much difference between playing Watkins and Antonio, guys. The thing is, I don't think Antonio is going to score 2 goals against Spurs, Maybe he's going to score 1, maybe he's going to score none. I don't think there's going to be much difference. With Watkins, I just feel that, Aston Villa are in good form generally. The problem is this Grealish injury has just messed up with my brain, and because, you think about all this time, you think about your transfer, you make your decisions, and then in the end, this happens. And right before my stream, everybody said Grealish is injured, there are rumors and stuff. So I guess I should just stick with the team that I have. Again, the music means I'm checking on Twitter to help you guys with the updates, but I don't have any updates, so back to the chat. Sukrat since my home country, missing Punjab. Yeah, my friend, I couldn't make that out from your name, by the way. Where are you from, Sukraj? Are you from which country are you in right now? Australia, Canada? Let me know. Raghav says hi, Wiz, Kinsella or Diaz? Raghav, again, it's a choice between taking the risk, getting the higher reward. Who do I think can score more points against Arsenal? It's Cancelo. Who do I think has the more chance to get benched? It's still Cancelo as well. Aditya says, is Chilwell's chapter done under Tuchel? Yeah, that is Tuchel. I don't know how to pronounce it, by the way, guys. I should have checked it before coming on the stream. Tuchel, I think it's Tuchel. I think Chilwell. There's something weird going on with Chilwell. I don't know why he prefers to start Alonso. Because Tuchel is more of a possession type of a coach, and Chilwell is much technically sounder than Alonso, but he still prefers to start. For some reason, he prefers to start Alonso. Weird, honestly. Sometimes can't understand what these managers are thinking unless they tell us. Smelly Wap says Zen with Zen. That means, guys, it's around 10 minutes to go to the deadline. Sukrat says I'm from Malaysia. Nice to know, my friend, and thank you for being here on the stream. Parva says whom to play, me or Dunk? Oh, Crystal Palace versus West Bromwich Albion. I'd say, yeah, that's such a tough. Brighton and Burnley are about at the same level. So if I was you, I'd consider playing Dunk. It's a differential as well a little bit. Khaleesi says hi, Wiz. Hey Khaleesi, welcome. Monal says Bednarek keep or sell. He's been a disaster for these last few weeks, but I would keep him for this game week, my friend. Kure says hey Wiz, saw check out for Rafinha for a -4. Oh, these -4s are just, it's irksome to recommend taking a -4 for me, but I still like the Rafinha move for a -4, bro. I think Rafinha can outscore Soucek by +4. I think he can. Ruben Diaz is in the chat. He says, should I transfer out Stones to Shaw as Diaz and Sterling in 11? Yeah, I think you can do it, my friend, but you are 0.1 million short for Rafinha, but I would prefer if you can get Rafinha by even if you have to take a hit. Stones to Shaw, I think, is a decent transfer, but having a double game week player is more desirable in my opinion. Pratik says, sorry if I'm repeating this, Wiz. No problem, my friend. Shall I get Ings for Antonio for a -4? Yeah, I mean, I'm not against Antonio, my friend. The thing is, what are you going to do with Ings in the coming game weeks? If you want to convert him to Kane, then if you're having to take a lot of hits and stuff, that is the only thing that I'm concerned about. I mean, I've considered getting Danny Ings in my team, and I didn't. For some reason, I didn't. Why didn't I do it? Because I want to get in Kane next game week. I really want to just, sometimes you have to pull the trigger and just get in. Get in the players which you desire, but I'm thinking to hold my horses a bit with this. I'm going without a City player this week. Whoa, that's crazy. Royal says, is Grealish injured? There are rumors, my friend. You can't say with any fair amount of certainty. What should we do with Danny Ings? That is the whole concept with the Watkins and the Antonio problem is in my head right now, and I don't know what to do with it, because I don't think Stones is good. Ings, my captain, says Juggernaut. Here, think Fadzali says, please answer me, Viz. I'm sorry, Fadzali. Can you just repeat your question? I'll answer you, bro. I think I must have missed your question. Because I'm checking Twitter for some updates and news as well. So ask me your question. I'll reply to you, bro. We still have 10 minutes or 8 minutes to go. I'll answer your question quickly. Welcome, Danny Ings, says Ajay. Oh my days. Bench Antonio. He is fatigued and will only play a few minutes, says Todd. Alright, my friend. So Ajay has gotten Danny Ings, guys. He's 80 in the world. So that's pretty interesting for me. That he has gone for Danny Ings. Good transfer, bro. I hope you have some money to bring in Kane for Danny Ings. I'm just considering about my team. I just don't know what should be doing here. Should I don't know. It's hard for me to put Watkins in this team, you know, because Watkins is not. I don't think Watkins is gonna do much against Leicester, is he? I guess this let it be. I guess, you know, whenever I make late moves, it just hurts me so much more. Antonio is always fatigued. Yeah, that's true. Fadzali says Kane or Ings for Antonio. Do you think Kane will outscore Ings this week, or should I just wait one more week for Kane? Kane always scores against West Ham, if I'm not mistaken. Well, if you want to go for Kane in 26 and you have the budget to get Ings this game week and go to Kane in the next game week without having to take a hit, I'd say bring in Ings this game week and get Kane next game week. That's what I think. Don't give me Ings. I'm getting these Ings vibe in my head and I shouldn't. No transfers on the deadline stream. I made this a rule and I will stick to this rule. No transfers. Never. Christian says, bro, I don't know whether to start McCarthy or Martinez. I think McCarthy is more desirable because even Martinez has a pretty difficult fixture, you know. So, yeah, in my opinion, I'd say... So, let me think. What if I bring in Ings in place of Antonio? So if I have to get in Kane, what's going to happen, right? I have 1.3 million in the bank and I want to bring in Kane. How much do I need? I need 2.5, right? So I need 1.2 million from somewhere and I can get that by transferring out me for Strojek. See, the thing is I have to take a -8. Is it worth the -8 is the question. I don't think so. Is it worth the -8? Don't think so, guys. Don't think so. Is it worth the -8, guys? No, I honestly don't think so, because Harrison instead of Rafinha. Well, you can go with Harrison. Which one do I prefer? I prefer Rafinha over Harrison. Nail says no, Wiz, don't force the move. Yeah, I guess so, my friend. I honestly, that's what I'm thinking. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to make a late transfer. Every time I make a transfer on this live stream, it has hurt me. So no more transfers, guys. This is my lock team. I will stick with my guns, bro. Lowton or me, start which one? I'd start Ben Mee if I had both of them, bro. Captain Rafinha, Caspiano if you have Bamford, then I would prefer Bamford. If you don't have Bamford, then yes, Rafinha. Richarlison out for Ings, is it worth it? Sold Sterling for Mane was the first transfer. Now, I mean, if you want, you can go. Richarlison has a good double game week in 26. You know, Richarlison has a good double game week in 26. So, I wouldn't. If I was you, I wouldn't do it. Yep. Lock your teams, guys. Yeah. So the last 4 minutes to go. Lock your teams. Me or Dunk. I would go with Dunk, my friend. Bro, have you made the transfer of Souček so he's also my bank? Yeah, I've already transferred him out, my friend. I've transferred him out for Rafinha. If Souček is gonna bang, then he's gonna have the title of an eternal troll. That is the thing which I'm telling you. DCL or Stones first sub? I'd say DCL. Should I play me or Dunk? Dunk, I already answered that. Lock and load. 3 minutes to go, guys. I think George says I'm going to punt for Rafinha. I think that's not a bad punt. I think that's still a decent enough punt, bro. You know, and that's a decent punt. I wouldn't be against it. When should I use my free hit? Wait, Anas. I think you can use it in 29 or 33 depending upon your team and how you set it up. You know, so yeah. All right, let me refresh my team to to confirm whether it's locked. See if Gundogan doesn't play. I want Antonio. I think I still want Stones as my first sub and so Antonio as my second sub because yeah, because if yeah, I think that's pretty much. It doesn't make a difference because all of them are gonna play anyway. Start Rudiger or Callum Hudson-Odoi. If I was you, I'd start against Southampton. Rudiger, I'd start, but it's no. I would start Callum Hudson-Odoi. Yep, definitely. Play Grealish or Gundogan. I would play Grealish because if he's injured, then Gundogan comes in automatically, bro. It's touch and go, guys. 2 minutes left. Lock your team. Start Lingard or DCL. If I was you, I'd start DCL Lingard against. I would start Lingard definitely. Start Cresswell or Antonio. Cresswell. Cresswell or Antonio. Guys, where are these questions coming in from so quickly? If I was you, my friend, I'd start Cresswell, definitely. Pens down, he says. Someone says. Barnes or Gundogan? Barnes, definitely Barnes. Because if Gundogan, you can put in Gundogan and Barnes on the bench. So if Gundogan doesn't play, then Barnes gets the game. But if I was you, it depends on it depends on the balance of your team. I don't know how many players you have from Manchester City, bro. It's very hard for me to make this decision right at the spur of the moment. Alright, guys. Fadli says Martinez or Fabianski. Martinez, bro. Definitely over Fabianski. I'll start Martinez. 110%. Martinez. Yeah. Zen, guys. Seriously, Lingard over DCL. Well, the thing is, Lingard, West Ham is in good form. Spurs defense is not in good form. With DCL, Everton is not in good form as well. I mean, it's touch and go, bro. If you feel DCL, go for it. Lock DCL. It's your choice. You ask me, it's just 1 second touch and go decision for me. If you feel DCL, just lock him, bro. Guys, lock your teams again. I'm repeating. It's just about 1 minute to go. Everybody lock your teams. No more questions, please. Just lock and load. There you go. This is my final team. When will this deadline be over? There you go. It is over, guys. There you go. Finally. Whew. See, guys, again, I would just like to repeat to you. The thing is, I try my best to answer your questions, but these last minute, right at the moment, spur of the moment questions, it's very hard for me to give you a perspective. These are the answers which I've prepared beforehand, but if you ask me a question like Lingard or DCL, this is a question which I've not thought about beforehand, because this is not a common question or a common question that I anticipated. So by the way, guys, before we leave today, I would like to post a link to become a member of the channel. If you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, if you want a little bit more content from me, if you want to, help me grow this channel and build it into a full-time community, I would really appreciate if you could, become a member of the channel, or you could support it in some way. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. But if you, if you want to support the channel a bit more, do consider becoming a member of the FPL Visit community, and I would really appreciate it. So, guys, here, finally we come to an end of this crazy deadline, and this week it totally depends on what happens in what happens with Grealish, what happens in the games with Leeds and Southampton. That is all what it comes down to now, and it was a difficult one. Ajay says Captain Bamford, so at least we have the same captain, bro, but you've got Ings, and I'm so envious of you. I did want Ings, but sometimes our long-term plans have to be, account for or amount for short-term sacrifices. I sacrificed Ings for this game week because I want Kane in 26. That's what I did. FPL Jux says best of luck. Wiz Nihil says his team is McCarthy, Cancelo, Stones. My word, the double game week fixtures have been announced. FPL is a troll, guys. This FPL, official FPL, is such a troll. And if they really honestly they announce the fixtures now, it's such a pain. My God. Kickoff times. Yep, they've announced the fixtures, my friends. They waited until the deadline to do this, and this is insane. If they told us beforehand, we could have we could have such a perspective on things. I'll tell you the fixtures, by the way. Let me see what fixtures have been confirmed. I can actually open them for you here, and we can actually check them. So that, and we can talk about them, guys. I have some time on my hands now, and we can talk about them and which fixtures are happening. Like, I think people have gone crazy because the website is not opening. I think everybody must have clicked on the link at the same time. Why couldn't they have done it 1 hour before the deadline, guys? Honestly, it's crazy. Yeah, for all of you telling me to go and check the fixtures, guys, I'm trying to open the website. Unfortunately, I think there's too much load on the servers or something. The website is not opening. But I'm gonna stay here with you. I'm gonna talk about the double game week fixtures, and we're gonna have a little bit of a chat about them, and possibly wait until the team sheets are announced. If you can manage to withstand my live stream for another 30 minutes, then yeah, I'll stay here with you guys. But please do share my live streams with your friends, and do help the channel if possible, guys. The thing is, this season has been crazy, and I haven't had much time to, because the turnaround times are like 1 day, and it's been crazy. Don't worry about it, guys. I've seen people saying FPL in the mud. Don't worry about it, guys. It's Ben Krillin has been with us, and he's given us all the fixtures. The only thing is, I can't wait. I can't open the website, guys. Somebody is definitely all of them are loading up the servers, and the website isn't opening. Anyways, we're gonna get to the website in a bit, and as soon as I'm able to open the website. Yeah, there you go, guys. The fixtures have been announced, says Ben Krillin. I can read his tweet. He says double game week for 14 teams in game week 26. Aston Villa versus Tottenham moves to game week 29. So, guys, there are the Ben Krillin's fixtures are almost verified, right? So in 26 we've got Wolves, West Ham, Manchester City double game week, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Fulham. So I think the ones which Ben Krillin predicted is yeah. Here, let me show you guys. I'll write it on the chat. These are the fixtures that have been added. Oops, not the best way to write it. Hang on, let me. Yeah, I've managed to open the website as well. But they're trying to sell me the match ball. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just doodling a bit, but I'm trying to open the fixture so that we can actually talk about what's going on here. Hang on, where should I? There you go. So I go here and I go on the transfers. Just a second, guys. Please bear with me. I know I am dragging this a bit. There you go. I hope you can see it. Oops. No, of course you can't, because they're trying to sell us the match ball. Yeah, there you go. So they've added match like Manchester City versus Wolves, Burnley versus Leicester added, Sheffield versus Aston Villa, Crystal Palace. This doesn't give us too much of a perspective, does it? No, it doesn't. And actually you can't see anything, so hang on, guys. I'll just read out the fixtures for you. I think that's better. Or I'll pick up Ben Krillin's tweet and I can yeah, I think this is better. I'll show you Ben Krillin's tweet and we can talk about that. Sorry, guys, again I apologize if you're thinking that I'm just dragging on this chat. Yeah, I'm putting the spreadsheet, guys. I'm putting the spreadsheet here so that we can all see and talk about it. I'm sorry this is unplanned, so if this is becoming too crazy, I understand totally. Right. So okay. So I hope I would have had it. No, this is the old one, guys. Let me see if I have the new one here. No, I don't. Dun, 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 dun. Where is the spreadsheet? Yeah, it is here. I'm sorry. Just a second. Yeah, this is the spreadsheet, guys. Finally, I managed to get here. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Yeah. So this is the updated fixture according to Ben Krillin, guys. So he's these are the confirmed fixtures. These are not the fixtures that are not confirmed. These are the confirmed ones. So you can see, guys, in 26 we've got Manchester City with the double game week. Aston Villa, Tottenham, Fulham has a double game week confirmed, guys. Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, Leicester, Wolves. They've all confirmed even the ones that Ben Krillin said. Like, if you see Ben Krillin's previous sheet, these fixtures were the ones which were like not even confirmed, but they've confirmed these ones as well. My word. I'm now in game week 29. Aston Villa and Tottenham have a game. So now there are going to be 4 fixtures in game week 29, just as Ben Krillin predicted. So yeah, the only thing is everything is the same as it was earlier, guys. But they've waited until the game week 25 deadline to give this information out. For all those people who actually wildcarded and they actually listened to what Ben Krillin had to say, they would have done pretty well, because it is the same information. Now again, everybody who used their free hit in game week 18, they're breathing a heavy sigh of relief, because Aston Villa and Tottenham have a fixture and we can navigate this even without a free hit. So everybody who has a free hit, I would suggest you that you don't need to waste your free hit in this, because you can easily plan for game week 29 by making 2 or 3 transfers, because you would already own Aston Villa players, you would already own Leeds players, you would own Tottenham players. So a couple of transfers would set you up and would save your free hit, and then you could free hit in game week 33, which is another blank game week in which Manchester City are blanking, and in which Tottenham are blanking, and in which Fulham are blanking. So even Manchester City and Tottenham are blanking. So you could possibly use your free hit in 33 as well, and not in 29. So you've got a lot of options here. Yeah, you can retweet and you can free hit in 33. So it looks like all the things that we expected. Now, guys, this is the interesting one for all those people who got Danny Ings in, and you were planning to get Harry Kane in place of Danny Ings. Southampton have a double game week in 27 now. They don't have a double game week in 26, right? So what you can do is you can go from Ings to Kane and from Kane to Ings back in 27 if you want, but they don't have a pretty good double game week because they played Manchester City in 27, which which the interesting part is Manchester City now have a double game week in 26 and 27. I mean, that's interesting, guys. And they have a game against Manchester United at home and Southampton. So basically all the next 4 fixtures of Manchester City are at home at the Etihad Stadium. West Ham United, Wolves United, and Southampton. I expect City to win all these games in in the form that they are in. So this is interesting, guys. Leeds obviously wasn't going to get a double game week, but we were expecting Southampton to get a double game week in 26, but they are not. They are getting a double game week in 27. This is interesting. West Bromwich Albion got a double game week. So this is interesting, because especially for those people who've got Sam Johnston, it is interesting for them. So I think the strategy which I would go, not dragging too much about the fixtures and stuff, the strategy what I'm going with right now in this with these fixtures are that I would dead end in game week 29. That means dead end. I'll show you my strategy sheet, the one which I made. I'm using this strategy definitely. I'm possibly whether I'm going to triple captain in 26 or not, I'm not sure. You know, whether am I going to use my wild card in? Let me show you. Am I going to use my wild card before 26? Tottenham plays Fulham and Burnley. That makes it a little bit tough, because Fulham are in good form, and away from home against Fulham is possibly not the best triple captaincy for Kane. You know, Aston Villa definitely are a team to target, but now we have to wait for this Grealish injury thing that's going on around. Otherwise, they've got a double in 26 and they've got a fixture in 29. They are the team to target. But if Grealish is not fit, how is that going to impact their form, guys? It's going to be interesting to say the least. It's gonna be interesting. I'd love to, before I can comment on Aston Villa, I'd love to see whether Grealish is fit or not. But I'm glad that I have Watkins, though, to navigate all these fixtures. So, how many double game week players do I currently have in my team? Is the interesting part. I've got, I can tell you, I've got Burnley as a double game week. Do they? Yeah, but they have a very difficult one. So who has the best double game week? Manchester City has the best. Aston Villa has the second best. So Martinez owners are rejoicing at this, this fixture and the next fixtures altogether. Tottenham has a pretty good double game week as well, and I would target Tottenham and Aston Villa along with Fulham got one good game against Palace. It's basically a stoppable force versus an you know movable object kind of a fixture here. So yeah, Manchester United have got a decent one. Chelsea away, Crystal Palace away, not the best but not the worst. Leicester have got a good one, guys. I mean, Arsenal. Leicester always beat Arsenal. Vardy scores against them for some reason, and Burnley away, not the ideal fixture, but it's pretty good. Wolves have got Newcastle City, both away fixtures, tough. Everton looks like a decent one, guys. I mean, Everton got Southampton and West Bromwich Albion. Looks like a pretty decent one to me here. So anybody who held on to Dominic Calvert-Lewin is possibly happy with that, but surrounding fixtures are really tough. Crystal Palace have got good fixtures. No, they don't. I'm just kidding. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so basically, guys, I mean, West Bromwich Albion, if you own Sam Johnston, I think you might be happy with, two home fixtures in the double game week, so we can possibly get 4 points or maybe 5 if he gets a save point. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. So basically, all the fixtures which Ben said could be confirmed. I mean, he wasn't even sure about these ones. He said there's a 40% possibility. Even those ones have been added here. So this is the latest fixtures, and now until the end of the season. If we don't get any COVID postponements or anything, I think this is gonna be the yeah, this is gonna be the schedule, right? Depends on the FA Cup and other things, but yeah, this is gonna be the schedule, guys. So interesting. 29. This is the strategy I'm going with. Having seen this, I've got John Stones, Diaz, and Gundogan for this double. I don't have any Aston Villa players except Watkins, and that is a bit concerning for me here. And I will not be able to get any Aston Villa players for the double game week as well, because I want to go for Kane. Here I'm gonna have Kane and Son, so that's pretty well covered here. From Southampton, I have McCarthy, not the best. From Leeds, I have 3 players, which is a bit of a problem, because they just have one fixture. Other than that, Liverpool, I've got Salah. United, I've got Bruno Fernandes. I don't have anybody from Chelsea, neither from Leicester, Wolves. Everton, I don't have anyone. Crystal Palace. Burnley, I've got Ben Mee, who's gonna go. Definitely. Sheffield, Noban, Sam Johnston from West Bromwich Albion. And I've got 2 West Ham players in Antonio and Sofal. They might have to go because their fixtures are atrocious. Manchester United, Arsenal, Wolves away. There's pretty difficult fixtures here. Brighton have really good fixtures leading up to game week 29, and when if you're navigating your game week 29 without a free hit, I think Brighton are the team which you can target. At least get one defender, or you can even think about getting their keeper. The problem is they don't have a double game week in 26. All right, so that was about the fixtures, guys. I just wanted to go through all these fixtures. I hope it helped you. It was more of a ramble than it was an organized. An organized a stream kind of, but it was just at the spur of the moment that the fixtures got confirmed, and so this is the strategy that I would like to go with, guys. I let me show you. Yeah, so the green strategy is the one which I think I'm going to go with. Whether I'm going to use my triple captain in 26 or not, it remains to be seen, because I'm a little bit disappointed with the Tottenham fixture of with Fulham, because Fulham away is not an easy fixture, because Craven Cottage is a difficult place to go and play football. It's just I think Fulham are playing well, defending well. Not don't expect Spurs to score too many on the counter attack against Fulham. So is Kane the best alternative? If it was against Southampton, I'd say yes, because they're confident against Southampton. They scored 5 in the previous game. Against Fulham, I'll have to decide. I'll have to wait and watch. So that is one thing. But other than that, I think this one I've already let go, because I haven't used my wildcard in 25. So this is gone already, because the fixtures came out late, guys. If the fixtures would have come out earlier, I could have thought about my wildcard. Would I wildcard in 26 based on these fixtures? I could, guys. I could wildcard in 26. But then, if I had not gone a triple captain Harry Kane, I could, use my wildcard and maximize this double game week. This is another strategy that I could be going for. But then that means that I should have got Danny Ings, because I have 2 free transfers and one of them is going to get wasted now. But, you can't win, guys. You just can't win at FPL with all these things happening and coronavirus and stuff. So yeah, this is about. They said Tottenham is gonna get another double game week, but they didn't, right? And they said Tottenham might get another double game week at some point. No, but yeah, they did. They no, they didn't. So Tottenham just got one. So which are the team who have more than one double game week is interesting. Southampton have got 2. Manchester City have got 2, but other than that, there are some fixtures which need to be rearranged. And Everton over the course of, they will have some. Everton, where's Everton? Yeah, they're gonna have another double game week, I assume, because they have some. Aston Villa have some fixtures that need rearranging, and Everton have got some fixtures, because they are going to be more double game weeks along the way, I presume. So we need to wait and watch for that. But for now, the fixtures which have been confirmed are the ones in which Manchester City, of all teams, they are in the best of form and they have a double game week. So obviously we need to target them. For anybody who transferred out Gundogan for Rafinha or somebody else, you have to plan on getting 3 Manchester City players in 26, guys. And I think that should be important information for you. Right, guys. So I think that's a lot of talk about the double game week and the Ben Crellin spreadsheet. By the way, a lot of thanks to Ben Crellin for the work he puts in. He does so much work, and it turns out to be on the point every time. I just can't thank him enough, guys. He's absolutely a legend of FPL for all of us content creators and players alike. So thanks to Ben Crellin for the spreadsheet once again. And Nehal says Manchester City double game week or single game week unless you have Ederson. I mean, that's to be honest with you, I feel the same about Diaz. I think Diaz is nailed on too, my friend. Don't you think so? I think Diaz is the kind of player. He is the linchpin of that defense. The game he missed in the double game week was because of injury. It was not because Pep rotated him. So I feel Diaz is as nailed, or the second most nailed player in the team behind Ederson. So I feel Diaz is good enough, even if you have him. KDB I'm not so sure about, because he's coming back from injury and they've got Champions League, so he might start both the games and get taken off early because the schedule is so congested. Remember guys, they've got these 2 games 2 double game week, and then they've got Champions League to go along with that, you know. So it's not gonna be the easiest of fixtures to navigate. I expect a lot of rotation. Cancelo owners should be should be more concerned than owners of Ruben Diaz and possibly John Stones. I think Cancelo is going to get a hell of a lot of rotation, to be honest with you. Diaz is the company to that team. Yeah, that's true. That's true, my friend. So yeah, I think that's pretty much pretty much that all I would have liked to have said about the double game week. Now we wait for the team sheets of Leeds, so that you know we can see who is starting or not. Honestly, I wouldn't want any surprises with the team sheet of Leeds. And FPL Juggernaut says, I'll sell McCarthy and not Johnston. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, to be honest with you. I mean, with McCarthy, then if you sell McCarthy, he's got a double game week in 27. Then, it's just gonna be, you can keep both McCarthy and Johnston, my friend. You can play Johnston in 26, you can play McCarthy in 27, and you'll have 4 games between them. I wouldn't sell anybody out of those two, especially if McCarthy plays. I'm just a tad scared if what happens if Hasenhüttl decides to bench McCarthy. Yeah. Nail says McCarthy, Cancelo, Stones. Oh, you got Cancelo and Stones. Shaw, Cresswell, Son, Salah, Bruno, Rafinha, DCL, Bamford. That's a pretty strong team, my friend. Interesting. Yeah, DCL and Bamford. So you played DCL. That's interesting, bro. Gundogan first bench, Antonio second bench. What do you think? That's pretty good, my friend. I think that's a strong team. Shaw has a good fixture, and I like that. Rest, I think, is pretty standard, fairly standard, except that you've got Cancelo and Stones. I would be a little bit worried about Cancelo and Stones. Not in this game week especially. I'm just going forward. But I like that team, bro. Yeah, I do like that team. I hope it works out. I had a 78 point game week in game week 24, and my rank just it went down like crazy. I was around at 80 something, 80k, and I'm now at 115k. So it plummeted like anything, guys. And I thought I had a decent game week. Gundogan was my captain. Someone says you look fresh even after such a long stream. Well, I've been drinking some potion, my friend. I made especially for my stream, so that I can sound fresh even if I'm tired. Honestly, I'm beginning to get a bit tired, to be honest with you. Where are the team sheets? No, still 5 minutes to go. I'm waiting. Oh, oops. FPL Rockstar says Tyler Roberts. Who the hell is Tyler Roberts? He says Tyler Roberts deserves a start. What? Who is Tyler Roberts, guys? Come on. FPL Rockstar has tweeted Tyler Roberts deserves a start tonight. Whoa. Who does he come in for? Who is Tyler Roberts, guys? I don't know this guy. What's going on? This is crazy, guys. He's a striker, in it. Don't tell me Bamford is getting benched, guys. Come on, this is insanity. Oh, he's a striker. Let me see. Tyler Roberts is 4.6 million midfielder in the game, but has he played? He played for 45 minutes against Arsenal. He got an assist. So he's played 360 minutes the entire season, guys. Come on, who is this guy now? Harrison. Let me see, guys. Let me see what Rockstar says. This is insanity if this is happening. Aston Villa to get a double game week in 28 to I don't know. Yeah, but that's a different thing about Aston Villa. Aston Villa versus so Ben Crillon says Aston Villa versus Everton is likely to move to game week 28, guys. So that's interesting. I mean, we should all be targeting Everton and Aston Villa players along with Tottenham as well. It's pretty interesting, very interesting. But I haven't seen any. Bamford, Rafinha, and Dallas start. My God, thank you so much, Rockstar. Otherwise, my 2 hours of streaming would have gone. Would have gone crazy. The amount of hate mail I would have received, guys. Oh my days, guys. This is not fair. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I deserve my players to have started in FPL. Honestly, guys, come on. By the way, I just wait. I'll wait for the team news, the entire team news. To be honest with you, it's still a little bit dodgy. If he's starting, who misses out? Does Harrison misses out if Rafinha, Dallas, and Bamford are starting? So who misses out then? It could be Harrison as well who's missing out. So let's wait and watch the team sheets. Time to get excited. Hey, so we've got 25 people watching. If you haven't liked the stream, guys, I just want to ask you, why not? Just if you haven't liked the stream, please do, guys. I appreciate all the support, by the way. You spending that much time with me, this means so much to me, and I just can't thank you enough for coming here, staying in the streams, and taking the time out to be here. I appreciate you. I'm sorry if I'm not being the more most legible right now. I'm on Twitter. I'm waiting for the team sheets. And as soon as I get them, I'll confirm to you guys. Please, Harrison start, says MDIRF. I think he should, my friend, but I'm a little bit worried because this Tyler Roberts has come out of nowhere and nobody expected him to start. Now I'm waiting for FPL, the account to tweet how many people triple captain Tyler Roberts. If somebody triple captain Tyler Roberts, I'll believe that information gets leaked out of the FPL towers. But yeah, just kidding, by the way. Monil says amazing content, mate. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you guys as well. Thank you. Where is the team news? Leeds. It's 12:30. There are some people streaming, waiting for your team news to release it as soon as possible. Neil says the team is out. Alright, that's pretty good. Ali says new subscriber. Nice and informative stream. Good luck with the game week. Thank you so much, Ali. I really appreciate it, my friend. And I hope to see you on more streams, bro. Dallas taking up the Calvin Phillips place, and that's interesting. That's very interesting. By the way, why don't I see the team sheet here on my Twitter? Do I follow Leeds United? Do I not? Just a second, guys. I'll confirm the team to you as soon as I get it. Yeah. So Meslier, Ayling, Struijk, Cooper, Shackleton, Dallas, Click, Harrison. Harrison starts, by the way, if anybody was worried. Click starts as well. Harrison, Roberts, Rafinha, and Bamford do start. So who drops on the bench? So Llorente, Alioski drops to the bench, basically. Costa, Helder Costa's on the bench. Jenkins, Huggins, Hernandez, and Gelhardt. So it's pretty much the same team. Alioski, basically, is on the bench. I think Dallas is going to take the left back position in it because Shackleton is a midfielder. I think Dallas can be on the left back, guys. It could be possible, right? So Dallas can be on left back in place of Alioski, and Shackleton can play in the midfield along with Roberts. That's what I think. Yeah, I think Dallas is left back in this team. In my opinion, Dallas is going left back, guys. So that's not good for the owners because Dallas playing further forward gives him the advantage to attack. The Wolves team sheet. Nobody's interested in the Wolves clean sheet in it, guys. Like nobody's even asked me for them, like who is starting or not. But just in case you're interested, I'll read it out to you. Wolverhampton. Dun, dun, dun. Hang on, I'll read it out to you. All right, so Nato starts. Willian Jose, Adama Traore. Johnny starts on the left wing back role. Neves, Moutinho, Semedo. Wolves are pretty much standard. The only thing which you might be concerned about is Kilman doesn't start because Cody is back and Dendoncker starts in the back three along with Sias and Patricio. So Kilman is on the... Is he on the bench even? Yeah, Kilman is on the bench. Vitinha is on the bench. Fabio Silva, Marcal, Aït-Nouri is on the bench. That's pretty standard with Wolves, I think. So why do you have Gundogan? He's not playing. Well, if he doesn't play, then I just get Stones, my friend. You know, I just put him in just in case, bro. Andrew and Poshi football predictions and vlog says your team is crap. Well, you know, you can't have a great team every game week, my friend. And you know, if you think my team is crap, I respect your opinion, bro. No worries about that. No worries about that. Vab says thanks for another great stream, Wiz. You're welcome, my friend, and thank you so much for being here, my friend. It's really appreciated. Padli says Dallas on the left, Struijk in Calvin Phillips' place. Yep, that's interesting. To be honest with you, some people do have Struijk in their teams as well, right? Ali says, with Click playing, will Bamford still be on penalties? Yeah, well, that's what he confirmed in an interview. He said Click was on penalties until he missed one, and when he missed one, he said, I come back on penalties. As soon as Bamford misses a penalty, he's gonna be back. Click is gonna be back. So as soon as as long as Bamford keeps scoring them, Bamford is gonna be on penalties. You know, Pro Gamer says, bro, I had a heart attack when hearing Roberts was a striker. Yep. I had one too, but Wizards have a different kind of a heart attack, you know, because our heart is not inside our body. It's our life is in something else, you know. It's like a Horcrux. It's a bit like a Horcrux, but that is for another day, guys. Right now my voice is tired, and I think I should be off to you know, take a rest, have a cup of tea, and then off to watch the game, guys. So if you wanna stay in touch, you can join our Discord, guys, and we've got a pretty good community over there as well. So you're welcome to join the Discord. The link is in the description, and you can follow me on Twitter for more interactions. Budzali says, what happened to your food review content? It usually happens after the deadline. We talked about food. Well, to be honest with you, my friend, the entire food session was spent on talking about the double game weeks and the fixtures that the FPL guys in the towers, they trolled us about. They released them after the deadline, so I was talking about that. So the food session has to wait for another stream. So you know, so on that note, guys, I think we come to an end of this deadline stream, and I hope you all, you know, had fun. It was a pretty long one, a pretty hefty one. I hope you enjoyed it. Shivam says, I loved all your tips. Because of you, I had scored 104 points last week. Thanks, Paji. You're welcome, my friend, and thank you so much for being here, my friend. Osman says, don't go, please. Well, Usman, I thank you so much for wanting you know, it's been streaming for 2 hours and you still want me to stay. Just shows me that you guys are just amazing. And so Success says, good night, bro. See you around. Don't go for a walk. You might find Soucek on the way. He will be sleeping on the bench. I know that. He's always on the bench, isn't he? Anyways, guys, Devendra says, hardworking Wiz motivated me. Cheers, Devendra. I hope you have a great time and a great game week. So on that note, guys, I hope you all have a great game week, and more than that, I hope you all have a great stress-free time and enjoy your life. Take care of yourselves, and I will be back with you soon with another stream. Until then, just take care of yourselves and hope you have a great game week. May the arrows be green. FPL Wizards signing out with a beautiful song for you. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.